I don't give a fuck. Just shake that ass, bitch, and let me see what you got. Just shake that ass, bitch, and let me see what you got. I don't give a fuck is my new catchphrase. Fuck you.
Nerd Mafia, forget about it. We run laps in 12 parsecs, maybe less, and done flat. A good fella here to bless them all with fun facts.
Leave the gun. Take the cannoli.
What's good, YouTube? This is Nerd Mafia, and whether you're a regular or a new viewer, welcome to the family. Today we're going to talk about that scene in She-Hulk Episode 3 that made us wonder who the hell the Wrecking Crew is working for. But first, I need you to Hulk out and smash that like button like it just tried to mug you, then twerk on that subscribe button if you're new, and turn notifications are set to all videos in order to join the nerd mob and never miss out on another video produced by this channel. Also, in addition to the Twitter, Facebook, and Insta socials, there's now a Discord channel to talk spoilers on all current and upcoming content of interest, and mostly just hang out and goof around with like-minded people. All links are in the description. Now, let's get into it. If you did catch the scene I'm referencing in this video, or are otherwise unaware of what's going on, Jennifer Walters gets mugged, or at least an attempted mugging occurs when she's in human form. She then hulks out and quickly dispatches of a group of guys that she calls out for stealing an Asgardian construction worker's tools, and they admit to it, and they're all wearing shirts with a nondescript W logo on it. These are the MCU's depiction of the Wrecking Crew from the comics, and although they probably could be taken a little bit more seriously, nevertheless, this band of misfits attempts to give She-Hulk a jab with a syringe, assumingly to capture some of her blood, but fail because Hulk's skin is too strong for a needle to penetrate. As the crew flees in a van, one of them makes the comment,
Damn it, boss is gonna be mad.
leaving us to ask the question,
Who does number 2 work for?
no, not that question. But who might they be working for that would be interested in a sample of She-Hulk blood? We've kind of had this plot foreshadowed since episode 1 when Bruce made a point to eviscerate his cousin's blood after tinkering with a small sample himself and discovering her DNA was unique enough to be able to heal his arm that was damaged from snapping everyone back to reality during the events of Avengers Endgame. I put some thought into this and have come up with a few candidates, but before I tell you, I'm going to need you to like this video and subscribe to the video if you haven't already. Or maybe I'll collect a sample of your blood. So just do it, okay? Because honestly, the alternative kind of makes me queasy. So here's who I think may have sent the Wrecking Crew after She-Hulk. First, and really this is a callback to the Incredible Hulk movie from 2008, and why not? Because there's a few other callbacks to Bruce's past in this video. I'm talking about Samuel Stearns, aka the Leader. The last time we saw him, his head was pulsating after coming into contact with some of Bruce's blood. There was also an event in 2010 called The Capture of Samuel Stearns, in which Natasha Romanoff, or Black Widow, discovers Stearns while on mission to follow Bruce Banner after the events of Harlem, and stumbles across Samuel Stearns while making her way through Greyburn College, and is confronted by Stearns, who attempted to convince her to help him. Black Widow shot him in the leg and called in a cleanup team, and according to MCU Wiki, Stearns was taken by S.H.I.E.L.D. to be studied in a containment tank under the codename Project Mr. Blue. This would be a cool way to again call back to the only standalone Hulk movie, and in the comics, the Leader also has a stint in the Thunderbolts, which we all know is on its way to theaters in a couple years. Next, let's talk about a villain who is rumored to be appearing in the upcoming Ironheart series, and also has ties to the Wrecking Crew in the comics. I'm talking about the Hood. Not Red Hood from DC, just the Hood. This character, whose actual name is Parker Robbins, has a cloak he stole from a demon after shooting it, and then possessed the power to walk on air. Robbins is inspired to become a supervillain after watching Electro fight Daredevil as a child. Kind of a weird motive if you ask me, and I'm not sure if I want this to be the guy, but there's a comic book connection and rumors of him appearing in the future, so he's got to be a candidate. Another possibility, especially with the inevitable introduction of Daredevil at some point in this series, would be the Kingpin, Wilson Fisk. Last time we saw him, he was getting shot in the face by Echo, which was inspired by events in the comics that blinded him. So not the worst motives here if he's maybe trying to regain his vision. The only problem I see with this possibility is that Kingpin and Daredevil, for that matter, are New York guys. But hey, maybe that's what compels Matt Murdock to travel to She-Hulk's LA. if that's even where we encountered them in the trailer footage. The next candidate I have, and this one has really been hinted at each and every episode with subtle Easter eggs, is Titania. We have no idea why she was actually busting through a wall to enter that courtroom in episode 1, but we do know that she got her ass kicked by She-Hulk, and even though Titania has powers of her own, maybe she's looking for a way to gain an edge over her new rival. I feel like this might be the most likely scenario, with maybe another boss villain behind the curtain because of Titania's presence in the series without her having much screen time, and maybe this is Marvel's way of building her up as a stronger opponent of She-Hulk to mirror comics in a slightly different way. Lastly, and this is honestly my favorite possibility, albeit very much a dark horse, what if the boss of the Wrecking Crew attempting to steal some of Jennifer Walters' blood is none other than Leapfrog? I know what you're thinking. Who the fuck is that? So after watching the preview trailer for She-Hulk, we all saw and probably had to look up a related character named Frogman. Well, in the comics, Frogman isn't the original man to wear that suit. In the comics, he also is probably powered way down compared to whatever rendition we'll get in this show. I mean, we basically see him launching like a green rocketeer in the trailer. But anyway, the father of Frogman is Leapfrog, who is a villain. And his son begins wearing his father's suit and starts to fight crime to make up for the villainous ways of his father after he's locked away. I think this character is the perfect combination of cheese and awesomeness, and I'm really rooting for this to be the guy with some motive because, look, I'm on Team Frogman, okay? Anyway, those are the candidates I can think of who may want to steal Jennifer Walters, aka She-Hulk's blood, and might send the Wrecking Crew to retrieve it. Let me know if you can think of any other possible villains and what crazy theories you might have yourself. And hey, if you watch this video all the way to the end, I appreciate you for tuning in. But hit that like button to help boost this video, and subscribe to the channel if this is the kind of content you like watching and want to support. That's all I have for now. Until next time, I'm out.